What is good, YouTube? It is your boy D Murray, and this is D Murray Reacts. We react to some of your favorite Reddit posts, videos, and news. We are back again with another video for you guys this week. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button, as well hit that notification bell so you know when we're dropping these videos. Today we are doing an Am I the Asshole for Telling My Wife She Ruined Christmas? I don't know what did she do. We actually did our last video. One of the last videos was a wife telling her kids that their dad ruined Christmas. So I'm guessing this is just an ongoing theme where people just continue to tell other people and children that Christmas is ruined for some reason. Let's stop this, y'all. Let's try to not do that on a regular basis, but I don't know what she did. Now, everybody voted on this and said that everyone sucks. So apparently everybody is a horrible person in this situation. We'll see. We'll see. We'll judge for ourselves. But we'll go ahead and we'll get started. They say, I'm an atheist. My wife is religious. All right. My parents are split and I grew up with a terrible dad. I told myself that when I have a kid, I don't want to be anything like him. Okay, that's fine. You know, Christmas is one of those only holidays I care about. It's when everyone is around family and are happy. I want my kids to have these moments, as we all do. We all want that for our kids, right? My wife says that holidays like Christmas or Halloween are pagan. Wow. And we aren't allowed to celebrate them. What kind of religion is she that like no Christmas? That's crazy. The Halloween thing I can kind of see, right? I even know, like Baptists that they know Halloween, right? Witches and warlocks and all of that, right? But like Christmas though, ain't nobody really no Santa Claus. I tried giving kids candy one year for Halloween and she became upset. If you only gave the kids candy, I don't see nothing wrong with that. It's candy. I'd like to know how old they are. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we find out. We both agreed that when we had a kid, we would start celebrating Christmas at least for a few years. Because I guess they both celebrated as kids. Now, if y'all both celebrated as kids, I still need to know what religion she is, that as a kid you celebrated, but now Christmas is pagan. Our daughter was born this year. Okay, so she's not even a year old. And we planned Christmas. All right. Her mother visited us last week. When I told her how we were doing Christmas this year, she made a face and went, that pagan holiday. This is her mom? And that's where I'm confused, man. I still have numerous questions because she celebrated Christmas apparently as a kid. But maybe this all happened later on. We all went to the store, got a tree, lights, and her mother even bought us a reindeer decoration. After that day, I noticed my wife seeming different about Christmas because her mother got to her. We'll see, though. We might have to fight the good fight on this one. I like Christmas. Yesterday, I started setting up the tree. I was having trouble and I asked for help. She said jokingly that she wasn't helping. Eventually, I asked again for help and she wouldn't come near the tree. I asked if she was serious and she replied, yes, you're doing Christmas, so you do the tree. All right, now, this is funny because I actually like Christmas, but I'm not big on the decorations only because I don't like the whole put up, take down process. Like that's my part. That's my separation from Christmas. Everything else, totally fine. I ain't got no problems with it. Christmas, Santa Claus, none of that. All of that's fine. So my wife normally puts the tree up. I don't do anything with the tree, but luckily our tree is one that's like pre-lit and all of that, and she gets to put the decorations on, and the kids are old enough now, at least our daughter, that maybe she can kind of help if she really wanted to. So I ain't got no problem with all of that, though. That's all fine. I just don't like the putting up, taking down situation. But I did do a little something outside this year, so, I put some stuff out, some lights and stuff, so I ain't against it. But it's just funny that she said that. I asked if she was at least going to do the lights or even touch the tree. She said no to both. Okay. We started arguing, and basically she said she never wanted to do Christmas to begin with, and she was allowing us to have a tree. All right, man. I need more information. I need more information. I don't have ages or nothing on this. Those are normally things that I need in order to make a decision that's based on context. I got upset and I said I would be returning everything. Oh, bro, don't do that. You got to fight the good fight on this one. I'm with you. I'm on your side here. I took down the tree, threw it back in the box. She asked what I was doing, and I yelled that she ruined Christmas. She told me to leave the reindeer her mother bought. I returned everything else. I take that back too. You think I'm about to put the tree up? You ain't gonna help. I'm gonna take the tree down, and now I'm about to leave Rudolph in the living room? Pfft, I tell you right now, Rudolph going back to the store too. Everything is going back if that's the decision that I've made. Now, I'm arguing. I don't think he should take anything back. I think you should figure out a way. Phone a friend if you need to in order to be able to put this tree up. Stand up for your rights in this household. That's all that I'm saying. But I'm definitely taking Rudolph back if we taking everything back, right? I get a store credit for that. Merry Christmas. Right. The next day I said that she lied to me by agreeing to do it with me and then not wanting to participate. I also blamed her for allowing her mother to influence her, which we all know she did. She got upset at me for calling her a liar and thinking her mother had any influence and then left. Her mother definitely had an influence on her. Her mother showed up and was like, why are you doing this? This is not you. This is not who we raised you to be. Even though somehow in the beginning it says that you both celebrated as kids. So either one of two things happened. Either religion changed that whole situation and then they stopped doing it as like her and her family, or she lied to you and she ain't never celebrate Christmas as a kid and she's just saying that she did. I still have questions. How long have y'all been together? You know how long y'all been together. That'll tell you how much you need to fight over this. So she texted me that I misunderstood her and she would have done the lights once I did the tree. Okay. I called her a liar and reminded her that she told me no when I explicitly asked her if she would help with the lights or even touch the tree. If that's what she said, then that's what she said. I ain't mad, but this could all see, if you would have kept everything, then now we just got a half put up tree and we got some lights that need to go up. So put your money where your mouth is. The lights are in the box next to Rudolph. Feel free to place them wherever your heart desires. See, but now we ain't got no lights in the house, so we can't even do that. We can't even call her bluff on this. You ain't been married long. That's what I'm coming to the conclusion of. You ain't been married long because you would have known better. You keep that stuff in the house. You don't take that back. Now keep that at least for a little while. So she came back and I told her that she ruined such an important family memory that I wanted to make for us. And just because you put up a tree doesn't mean you now believe in a different God or whatever. I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Now, for some people, religion is a little different. But like I said, I know plenty of quote unquote religious people that still put up a Christmas tree. Some of them don't dress up for Halloween, but they still hand out candy. They understand the way that this works. And especially if you have a kid. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So I reminded her that I do things I don't believe in all the time for her. So apparently he went to church once. You only did that one time though, bruh. So you got to hold that in your back pocket. Don't just be pulling all the cards out in one argument. I need to know how long you've been married because you bringing a whole lot of stuff up. Apparently, prayers. But this is valid, right? If you standing in the prayer circle on Thanksgiving and you atheist, I don't know why she can't put up a light or two, or at least I put the lights up and you plug it in. I don't set the timer, something, right? So the fact that she won't even go near a tree is crazy. At this point, I started crying. Why? Why are you crying? I've never cried in front of her, and I almost never cry in general. Okay, but you crying about a tree? That's crazy. She then offered to help with the lights, but I'd still have to do the tree myself. You ain't even got the tree, do you? I don't even think you even have the tree. The only thing y'all have is Rudolph. That's pretty much the only thing that's left. Rudolph, a hope, and a dream. I think those are the only three things in your home. You might not even have furniture. I don't know because you ain't giving me enough context for this situation, right? I said that it was too late and that the memory was ruined. It ain't ruined. You just crying. You stop crying. I'm not saying that you can't be emotional, but you be crying over this. I told her that this was important to me years before we even had the baby. So I don't necessarily think that everyone sucks. I think that you super emotional over this. I think because you have a kid now, you believe that this was going to be the change that you wanted in order to have the Christmas that you actually wanted, that it seems like your wife didn't want. Um, but your kid isn't even old enough for this to even be relevant. Anyone with kids will tell you, like, the first two Christmases, like, even once they're two, they don't even really recognize the present situation too much even then. Like, they know they're getting stuff, but they're not even putting two and two together at that point. It's not even till they get older, once they hit about like 3-4 years old, that now like Santa is a thing and they kind of understand the present thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, for the most part, when they're 1 and 2 years old, and I mean, in your case, your kid is not even one yet, I don't think. Um, the most you're hoping for is that they happy looking at lights. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's pretty much it. So I know that you wanted more from the situation and you feel like you didn't get that, right? And you haven't, because I think that the mom showed up and kind of like threw a wrench in that. But you got to fight for it if that's what you want. But you also have to realize that there is a little bit of give and take here. Now, I think that your wife is not being, she's not willing to meet you halfway here, it seemed like. And I'd still like to know what religion she is, that like Christmas is like a bad thing. Because normally like Christmas is not a bad thing. So I'd like to kind of see what that's all about. But I mean, as this Christmas isn't necessarily ruined for you, or your kid, because your kid ain't even gonna remember it. Your kid ain't gonna remember. This is like taking a 1-year-old to Disney World. So like they not gonna remember none of it, not one little bit of it. So if anything, this was for you. So treat it as such, right? Get what you can get out of the situation. Get what you can get. If she says that she's willing to put up some lights, go back to the store, which you didn't have to go to in the first place. Get you some lights. See what she does with them. See if she actually puts them up. You might even find that there's a chance that she might put the lights up and then be somewhat okay with it. And this is the other thing, is that this is only your first kid. So you got to understand that if you have more kids, or even let's just say this one kid, for instance, once this kid does become old enough where Christmas is more relevant to them, she might really be into it. All it takes is the smile of the face of a child on Christmas morning in order for you to feel like there's some accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, like, you still need to give it some time, you know. But just a piece of advice. No need for crying in this situation. No need at all for crying. You can actually not be as emotional about this. I think this is why people are saying everyone sucks, because like you went just ballistic there at the end with your feelings, and I don't necessarily know why. And this is my other thing. I'm just gonna be honest about this. You say that you've never cried in front of her, and you almost never cry in general, but yet all it took was for her to not put up some Christmas lights and help you with a tree, and now magically you're crying. Now look, I'm no detective, but I think that I could spot a situation where you might not be telling me the truth. Now that's fine, but you didn't have to tell me you was crying in the first place, so I'd like to believe that all is true. And it's fine if you want to be a little emotional, but normally it doesn't take something like this in order for you to start shedding tears. Just throwing that out there. But so let's go ahead and let's keep the tears to a minimum. Let's go to the store. Let's get some lights. Find out something to do with Rudolph, because he's still in the living room apparently. Go get your tree back, and then go ahead and put it up. And this is the thing, is that if she ends up switching up on you again, phone a friend, champ. Phone a friend. Have the friend come over and help you put up the tree. Help you put up the lights. Still have the Christmas that you want to have in spite of the situation. But please don't cry again over this. And don't take anything else back to the store. That ain't necessary. It's not necessary. So I don't think that you're an asshole. I do think that your wife did allow her mom to get into her head, and your wife might not be an asshole, but I think her mom is. I don't know. We'll call her Carol. I think Carol might be an asshole, and she wasn't really a big part of this up until like that one paragraph. But I think she stepped in and kind of threw a little something in there. I put it you like this: I've been alive long enough to know that this ain't gonna be the last situation you have where Carol come to your house whispering in your daughter's ear. So you just keep that in mind. If you think you crying over this, just wait. So we want to thank you guys again for checking us out. This was another good one this week. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button as well. You got to hit the notification bell, and then when we are dropping these videos 2 times a week, and I might even try to add in a third a week. So we'll kind of see how that goes. Maybe after the first of the year, we'll try to see if we can do that. So once again, I am D Murray, and this is D Murray Reacts.